Hey guys, this is Coach Ryan Johnson with Shutdown Defense, back again with another video today. Today's video will be part 8 in our 3-3-5-2 high series. Today we're going to be talking about a coverage beaters drill that we use to help train our guys to defend certain routes. Okay. This is a drill that I would suggest everybody use, especially if you use split field coverages. This way, you're able to train a lot of guys in a short amount of time on what you're looking for. Okay. Today's video is going to break down some routes. Again, today we're just talking about two read. Okay. Um, or palms, blue, depending on your terminology. Okay. And we're going to take a look at that. Now, I would suggest that you run these coverage beater drills against everything that you run. Okay. Whether it's man to man, quarters, and you would just adjust your guys accordingly on that. Again, if this is the first time you're joining us, welcome. Make sure to check out the videos in the series. I'll link those above. If you've been with us already before, thank you for coming back. Hopefully, this helps somebody out. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. That way, you can be notified whenever I do drop some new videos. So, I'm going to start off first, kind of showing you the uh, routes that we kind of use because again I think the it's a list of about 20 routes, and I think within those 20 routes it covers just about every kind of coverage beater that you could have, whether you're running a straight cover two, a cover four. We have a separate drill that we use for our cover three coverage, but obviously this could be incorporated as a cover three coverage as well. Some of your positioning will change, obviously. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. All right. So we will also, as a side note, we will also include some speed options stuff in there. Basically, the short game, we include some run game in our short game. So basically, excuse me, the way we set this up is we basically set it up as a half line type drill. You'll have one side going here, and then this other side will be ready to go right away. So you'll see when we get to the video that once we run something on one side, we run it to the other side. Normally, I like to have a more advanced group on one side and a younger group, a group that's really learning and trying to understand the coverage. So before we start, let's kind of cover our basic rules when it comes to R2 read coverage. So for us, if two runs any kind of out route, whether that's a bubble, an out, some kind of quick arrow, all right, before they reach linebacker depth, our corner is going to jump up on that route. Our safety is then going to get over the top of number one. All right. And that's basically, as basic as it can get for that. For our buck, his rule is two doesn't cross his face, three doesn't out leverage you. Okay. So one, two, three. All right. This again comes back. We do this because we will still hand this off. And then again, we expect our monster and our monster in this case to react accordingly. Same with our lion. All right. Sometimes we will fake a handoff here. And if this lion just decides to drop into some coverage for no reason, right, as opposed to doing his job in this case would be, basically this C gap here for when the quarterback pulls on read, because we normally squeeze and spill everything. All right. So we want to make sure that our guys, that's one thing I hate about 7-on-7. I want my linebackers to make sure they're taking proper run reads before they get into their pass coverage, if that makes sense to everybody. Okay. So sometimes we will pull this and run. And again, our lion better be there to meet him, or a ram if it's on the right side. All right. Sometimes we'll hand this off. Okay. And again, this Mike better be right here, or our monster in our terminology better be right there to meet him. Okay. So in this case, with two bubbling out right away, our corners should jump up on that route. All right. And the safety should be over the top. And you'll see as we go through here, I'm not going to talk this much on every single one, but as we go through here, you're going to kind of see how we do it. So the first one's going to be the bubble, and then you have to train for what's coming next. Okay. In most cases, that's going to be a bubble and go. All right. If they see your corner jumping up on this bubble, jumping up on this bubble, jumping up this bubble, eventually they're going to basically fake the bubble and try and hit you with a go. This again is where your safety, our shark in our terminology, needs to make sure that he gets over the top. You'll see when we get to the video early on. Um, the right side is on top of that. You'll see us get a couple interceptions on it. The left side, not so much. Okay, they're still working on it. They're still learning the coverage. All this video is either from, I want to say either this first or second time we actually ran um, the drill when we were able to meet up, which seems like so long ago. So then we will go and we'll go to the now screen. All right. When we talk to our corners and our safeties, okay, we ask them three things. Did two go vertical, out, or under? Okay, that's all we ask them. Did two go vertical, out, or under linebacker depth? All right. And in this case, with this, right, with him coming straight out here, and you'll see our younger guys have a little bit of a trouble with it because they're like, well, he didn't really run an out route. Okay, okay, I get that. But from his starting position, did he go vertical? Did he go out? Or did he go under? In this case, he went out, right? At that point, our cornerback should be jumping up on this now screen right away. Safety should be getting over the top. If he doesn't jump this right away, it really leaves room for this slot receiver to get up and get a good block on him. All right. For our buck, all right, we ask him, did three go wide or did three go tight? Okay, because his rule is two doesn't cross my face, three doesn't out leverage me. Too many times when we see this buck wants to try and get out here and jump that. Okay, that's not his job. His job is two doesn't cross my face, three doesn't out leverage me. In this case, three is going tight. Okay, so he has no reason to get pulled from his curl zone out to the flat, if that makes sense. And at that point, right, we basically have a bracket situation. And you also need to remember that you're going to have another safety over here. Okay. Depending on what the coverage is on that side. That may or may not be able to help out on this three pushing vertical here. Okay. So after the now, you're going to get now and go. All right. Now and go. In this case, again, corners should be jumping this. Safety should be getting over the top. Buck and lion, if there's no blitz on, should be bracketing number three. Tunnel screen. Okay, tunnel screen. Again, so by our rules, and let me reiterate that, because again, when we talk about two going out, at this point too, this bubble in will be triggering this corner down as well. Okay. Any kind of bubble route, the corner's jumping. So I should have said that regardless. Okay. He's going to jump on that regardless. So as soon as this guy starts to come in, we need to be getting downhill. We need to be getting over top. All right. And again, we simulate this. We know that normally you're going to have at least one or maybe even two linemen try and get out there from time to time. Again, then we're going to run the tunnel and go. Because we trigger our corners so fast on all bubbles, that eventually becomes that home run shot that they're trying to hit. Okay. Luckily over the years, or thankfully over the years, I should say, we've really trained our guys well to understand that if anything, we want to make sure that if we're going to give something up, it's going to be the short and not the long. All right. That's why I tell young guys, okay, if you don't trigger right away, we can work with that, but we just can't get beat deep. Okay. Then we're going to run a kind of slant corner route. Uh, Pardon me for this. This should be more of a direct kind of, one step kind of slant. It looks more, again, drawing the picture. It looks like he's going out above linebacker depth. But for us, this corner, as he's going in, right, he's basically going to sink down, funnel him in, and then drop back. So now ultimately on this corner route, we have a 2-on-1. Our buck is working through, okay, this crosser or this slanter coming through. I tell a lot of times, right, this buck, as he's going to get to 3, to knock out anything coming across his face that way on his way to get number 3. Flood route. Okay, flood route. Again, what are based off of these rules? Well, 2 went vertical. He's past linebacker depth. So now my safety is basically manning this guy up wherever he goes. Because 2 went vertical, right? I'm going to stay with 1, and I'm going to be manned up on him. Okay. 2 doesn't cross my face. 3 doesn't out leverage me. So this route right here, again, our buck is going to trigger that. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, how do you deal with the rollout? Who has the quarterback? Well, that's the great thing about this defense, is that now this lion, on any kind of quick rollout, not necessarily bootleg, but a quick sprint out rollout, this lion is basically becoming almost like an auto blitz. Okay. And he's coming to get him right away. Post over dig. Okay. Post over dig. And again, the way we run it, all right, again, there's plenty of guys out there smarter than me. All right. Again, I know some guys play it straight quarters. I ask a little bit more of my guys because I think it makes us safer on what we're doing. 2 has pushed vertical past linebacker depth. So we are basically telling this safety, okay, that he is going to drive on that dig. Okay. Most offensive coordinators say, great, we're going to hit you over the top with the post. Okay. And I understand that. You have to be prepared for that. Okay. But again, the way we play it, all right, he's manned up because 2 went vertical past linebacker depth. We're now breaking on that. That is why, again, with our buck, right, 2 doesn't cross my face, 3 doesn't out leverage me. If 3 decides to wheel, our buck has to run with him. Okay. That's why my buck is actually, this year's buck was actually our free safety the last 2 years. So again, he's used to playing these coverages. He's used to doing these things. And he can definitely cover a running back, which a lot of times, again, that's what they're looking for. It's matchups, guys, matchups that they're looking for. Okay, Finn. Now at this point, right, 2 has pushed past vertical depth. 1 is going underneath. Okay, so the corner is going to sink and basically squeeze him down and then get back out into his zone. All right, 2 not crossing his face. I'm working my way out to 3. All right, our left stack backer, again, is basically pulled to the curl window now. All right. Because again, this guy is a curl to push to flat. He is a hook push to curl kind of player. So again, when they run this fin, our lion should be sitting basically where this buck is. All right. And depending on what they do, whether they wheel or they try and run that corner route, either way, we got an extra corner to help out on that. And again, guys, we won't go through all 20 of these every day. All right. But when we're going early in the season, normally I like to take a group and run them. Um, Obviously, when you run certain things, again, your alignment is going to change. All goes, right? All goes. Two's vertical. Three went tight. Okay. So this is pretty self-explanatory on the all goes. Okay. Um, the curl flat is probably one of the hardest concepts. Okay, again, especially because of the fact right here, two's going out right away under linebacker level, so we're jumping that. All right. Safety is obviously getting over top of number one, but then because it's a curl route comeback, he's going to have to drive on that. All right. At this point, though, based on the look that we're giving here, right? Nothing's coming across our face. Three is going away. My lion has to have quarterback on pull. So at this point, again, our buck goes to the curl. All right. That's what helped. Now we end up having a guy underneath and a guy over top. Obviously, the hitch corner drawn up a couple different ways because we want to make sure that we do it a couple different ways. Again, at this point, two has gone vertical. So my safety knows he is basically going to lock on to the number two. Because two has gone vertical, my corner knows that I'm basically going to stay locked up on one, right? So this is not a route that gives us much trouble at all, as long as we read it right. Okay. Post corner, over dig. I'm just going to kind of go through this. Post deep out, right? So again, the deep out is another one that you have to work. It's a throw that is a heck of a lot tougher for a high school quarterback. It's also throws that are going to take longer to develop. That's why sometimes we'll leave him in to block. Sometimes we will drop him, we'll leave him up, step him up to block, and then run him out. Sometimes we'll just swing him out right away. All just depends on, again, your opponents that you're facing. But this is more teaching the coverage itself. Okay. Quick slant with an out and up. This is where, again, we're looking at it and saying, okay, this is a tougher route, right? Because the out route comes, our corners are jumping, they turn it up. Again, another route that takes time. Because there's nothing swinging out here, right? Our buck can sit right here in this slant window. Little double slant and out. This is, again, part of the reason why I know a lot of guys will tell me, Coach, you got to have that. You got to have that guy outside leverage. Man, we work with these guys to get out over the top if need be. But I like to try. I like to take away the quick, the quick, easy throws. Michael Irvin is in the Hall of Fame for running slant. Okay, slant out. And again, just play with this depth. Sometimes send them real quick on an arrow. Make your guys, again, recognize the breaks from there. Okay, a hitch and go with a climb route. This climb route is part of the reason why And again, it looks like he's climbing. He should be climbing straight up the middle of the field. But he would go under, and we would say, okay, we're going to stay in quarters here. And then he'd turn it up the field. And then all of a sudden, we're basically breaking to kind of help a 2-on-1. And then we got to break out. This has kind of eliminated that problem, because as he sinks under, our shark kind of sinks under. Once he sees his ear hole basically to where you can't see any part of his front numbers, we know that he's basically running some kind of cross route and not going to turn it up on us. Okay, at that time he sinks. If he sees that he continues to cross, now we can get back out late, or again, even some kind of post coming from the other side we can help out with. But he kind of becomes a free player in that, unless he turns it up, and if so, we're right there down the middle of the field to help out with that. And then again, I would make sure to throw in that wheel route from the running back, whether you do it with slants, whether you do it with any kind of other route combination, whatever you do, I would make sure that you incorporate wheel route from number 3. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring up some video here. I know this is a little bit longer video today, guys. So hope you enjoy it. Remember to leave a like down there if you enjoyed it. So let me go ahead and we'll try this again. I apologize, guys. A lot of time the video does not always work the best. So here we're going to start off with us running the now screen here. Okay. I'm just going to let these clips run over and over as we do this. So here you see, again, we're running the quick now screen. This is my older class or upperclassmen, I should say. Again, they do a really good job here, right? As soon as one pulls back, you see my corner, he's jumping up on that route. Number 2, it makes it almost impossible to get that block from where he's at. All right. Again, number 3, for our buck, don't get out leveraged, right? And then we have our linebacker there. Okay. Again, we're not even running this drill with our lion or our ram right now. It's basically just our monster in there. So again, maybe we said, okay, we're calling a blitz from there. How do we defend it? Well, now that monster needs to know that if that stack is blitzing on one side or the other, that he now has to take over that job. Okay. And then it goes to the other side. Like I said, this is the younger side. Watch how slow our corner is to realize and kind of see what's going on over here. All right, late break by the corner allows that number 2 receiver to get up and block. See? So again, we're already playing off. There's no need to be bailing at the snap if we're sitting at our normal 6 to 7 yards, 1 yard inside depth. Okay, there's no reason to bail. Again, if that kid's that much faster than your corner, you might want to find a new corner. Again, I know that's not always possible, but that's why you need to teach these reps and train it over and over and over again. Okay, you see right away our buck as well on this side. He starts expanding, really for no reason, because he doesn't know what this number 3 is going to do. All right, so now we've gone now we're going to go we've already moved on to the next side. Okay, again, looks like this is supposed to be okay, Okay, we 2 pushes vertical right away, so our safety locks on to him, man to man. He goes under. Our corner, as you see, he kind of sifts with him, says in, and now we end up with a 2-on-1 vice block there. All right, our buck doesn't do that great of a job here. Again, he's still kind of learning the position. He's kind of you know, not on balance. Let's number 3 out leverage him at that point. Okay, he should have already been on his outside shoulder. So by his alignment, right, 3 had already out leveraged him before the play already began. All right, 3 had already out leveraged him before the play had began. But as you see, as he turns in, there's a whole lot here, and our monster, because again, we're saying that we're calling blitzes here. Okay, we're saying that we're calling blitzes, which is maybe part of the reason why my buck ended up where the lion would normally be. Okay, but you get a good idea and see how we sync off of that. Now let's pop on over here to the younger side. All right, you get the same exact routes here on the younger side, a little bit differently. Okay, corner over here, right? He kind of sinks to him, and then he doesn't know, what am I doing? See, he just kind of throws his hand up. Young freshman, he's working through it. I think he's going to end up being a really good player for us. But again, he just kind of throws up his hands because he doesn't understand. And you can see 2's route here. Okay, he pushes, and now the safety gets over the top. He's a little late, but it'd be a lot better if our corner was sitting underneath that route. Okay, if he was sitting, if he sink and then get back, he'd be sitting right in there to have a double team on that coverage. Again, don't necessarily like our alignment right there. Safety makes a great one-handed interception. Again, he did a little bit better job, but not much, right? Number 3 is still, for the most part, okay, he gets a quick out leverage of him. There's no reason to go back. He has help bracketing on the inside. Okay, if anything, he should be kind of taking this flat-footed shuffle read, right, to see if he can help get some hands on 2 as they go. But this is, again, more of that deep out route. Okay. Again, I don't want my buck backpedaling. Like I said, this is first 2 days. This is great video clip for you to see. He should be more flat feet shuffle as opposed to backing up, because as he's backing up, the depth of my linebacker changes, if that makes sense to everybody. So as he's backing up, the linebacker depth keeps changing and changing and changing. And by that time, it's too late for the corner to understand that that's an out route. So again, these 2 guys have been doing it for the past couple of years. Even though this buck is a senior, it's his first time. It would be his first year kind of playing that position. So again, he's learning, right? But as far as everything else, right? 2 pushes pass linebacker depth, our safety locks on. And he goes, and again, makes great one-handed interception. Now let's pop over to the younger side. Here we are on the younger side, and we see number 1 running free as free can be. And we do not want that whatsoever. Okay. What he saw, again, let's take a look at our buck. Our buck is backpedaling. You know, he says to me, Coach, he ran an out route before he reached linebacker depth because my linebacker kept backpedaling. So he gets a bad read, which in turn give the safety a bad read. And again, why is he backpedaling with him, right? Again, his job is 2 doesn't cross my face, 3 doesn't out leverage me. He should have been getting out right there, right now. Okay. But that's why you do these drills, guys. That's why I think it's so important to do these kind of drills within your groups so that they understand what you're trying to accomplish and what you're looking for. All right, back to the older group again. Um, running post over dig, it looks like. Again, buck is dropping, right? But that's where again we're dropping, we're getting eyes. We actually have two guys covering that route, so that's not a big issue. Okay, same route over here. Again, first or second day, there was a lot to correct in this, guys. So that's why I say always use your film, right? Film your practice so that you can go back through. These are some ugly clips, but again, like I said, this was either the first or second time we ran this drill, right? So right away, 3 comes out and he gets out leveraged. Okay. Our buck gets out leveraged right away and it's bad business. Okay. He's got to understand, stop thinking so much. Okay. Did 3 go wide? Did 3 go tight? Okay. That's it. He's pattern matching off of number 3. Did 3 go wide? Did 3 go tight? Okay. Stop thinking so much and just play football, guys. Okay. Let's check out the other side real quick. Okay. Now we did a lot better on this. Okay. I've been, talking to the young guy. I would have liked to see him get a shove or a push or something to knock number 2 off his route on his way to get to number 3. But this is a really good look at the younger group learning through repetition. Okay. Learning through repetition. Gets down. We have everything covered. Our our young linebacker, though, at the same time, he is a little bit lost. He should have just kind of sat right in here, right? He should be sitting right in this window, and he just kind of decided to double team and cover there. But that's why we want him sitting in this window, because honestly, my young guy, right, he just followed him because he saw nobody was there. But he's just kind of funneling him in and sitting to get back out if need be. That's where the little breakdown from this would have been our ram here. He should have been sitting right there. Like I said, guys, I have plenty of other video to go through with you. If you're interested, I'd be happy to link it up for you or send you something. I appreciate you guys taking the time out, as always, to check out the videos. Again, what we do may be differently than what others do, but it works for us. And that's the one thing that I will continue to say through my videos, guys. Do what works best for you and your kids to help your kids and your team be as successful as they can, guys. So again, thank you for joining us. Please subscribe if you like the content, and I hope you have a great day.